didn't bring a drawing with me tonight, but if you've been driving by looking at it, you'll note that it does fall off exactly like our drawing said they would. It's an 18,500 square foot life center for seniors who need services in the community. It will also be completed in April. And then there are 36 units of apartments in the 2 stories. Right now it looks like 2 stories of iron above that building. And those will be efficiencies in 1-bedroom apartments. And also over the front commercial space on to the right-hand side of the property. There will be the remainder of the 36 units. So we're seeing that those will be done in September. So it was kind of a delicate balancing act. We had a phase of the construction that was started. We had a life center that was started. We were struggling to get the tax credit financing in place to do the apartments for the life center, because that was kind of important. Otherwise, the life center wasn't going to have a roof. But it all worked out. So we're rolling to get that done. With that, I think the important thing is that everything on the front of the property, except for the 11-story tower, is going to be completed by September of this year. And thank you for putting the articles out in the paper and stuff. We are absolutely overwhelmed, literally swamped with calls from folks looking for affordable housing. So it's all affordable housing, seniors age 62 and above that have a moderate to low income that would rather live there than in wherever they're living now. The Life Center, as you know, has been conveyed to a partner now known as InnovAge. It's InnovAge Life instead of NewCourtland Life. It's the same staff, it's the same caregivers, the same docs, different name. InnovAge is a Colorado-based PACE/life provider, and with the acquisition of NewCourtland's folks, is now the biggest life provider, PACE provider in the nation, which gave us some significant advantages for our folks in the program, because now we've got an organization that has a loud voice in Washington with CMS, and keeping that life program on the radar, on the president's budget when the government's working. And with that, kind of secures the future of all those participants in that program. And also because of the biggest provider in the nation. It's an insurance company plus a bunch of docs providing services, so it's both the payer and the provider of services, but they're getting some seriously good leverage and reimbursement on supplies and services and stuff, so that we can give as much of it back to in the same not-for-profit, in the same kind of not-for-profit fashion, as much back to the program as we possibly can. So it's a good program. They're a great provider. It's a partnership in that we have a very big vested interest in their success, and we will continue to own the building and maintain the standard of the way the building looks. They'll be a tenant, and we hope to be there with them for a very long time. The dog park and the community garden both are moving forward. The community garden in this phase with the completion of the Life Center, and the dog park immediately following that as soon as possible, as soon as we get some of our meetings out of the way. There are some folks in the community that have some thoughts about the dog park beyond just doing it. I know she got a survey, which would be great for our purposes. So while we don't want to be a false prophet. We said we're going to do it. We're going to do it, but we may have to accommodate everyone to meet their needs. We'll all work it out as a group, a community group together, or community groups together to make it right. What's left is the 11-story tower. We have a tax credit application in the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for 50% of the units in that building, so about 85 units, I think, by the time we get the plans done. That application has gone to PHFA. They will award credits in April, and we've got letters of support from everybody in the community, and the councilman, and Senator Hughes, and the city And we've gotten an award of OECD funding for the city, which is usually a signal that if the city likes us enough, then PHFA will smile on us as well. So we're anticipating that project is going to start nearly on schedule. About a year, if they award it in April, and by the time we get the drawings and everything done to finish it, it'll start about a year from April, so we get rid of that blighted looking tower and make it look more reasonable. And finally, the second half of the tower, which we're calling the right, as you face the building, the right-hand side, right hand of the elevator, side of the on the other side of the elevators. There was a lot of discussion with this group, community group, and others that, can we reach out to a more moderate income population? What I call this the sandwich generation. What my mother-in-law and mom and dad were they're receiving Social Security, but they may have this little modicum of a pension, fireman or teacher or something. So they're above the income levels where they can take advantage of affordable senior housing, but they're never in a place where they can buy their way into a Freedom Village or something where you need $1 bazillion to be able to live there, and they're kind of stuck in this middle ground of how do you get services. So we do want to see if we can talk seriously with the community and also the regulators about allowing us to squeeze the income level up a smidgen, be more like a mixed income kind of community, but it'd still be a community with services on the ground floor, and see if we can reach out to the needs of that population. So it would be something with a little bit higher income, but it would also go, to the medium to low income folks too. So everybody can compete for those last 85 units in that model. Can I answer any of your questions? Yes.
Well, I think the last time, as I recall, you were here, there was some discussion about the facade on one of the, I don't know if it was the tower, but there was some preservation hurdle
issues.
that happened.
There are still preservation issues.
Okay.
We've come a long way with them to allow us to change window trims and change somewhat of the facade. They're asking us to keep the cream-colored brick.
Okay.
We think we can do that and add some additional color with like some, and you're seeing it. You're seeing it come out in the trim that's starting to appear on the Youth Study Center side.
Which looks
some
really nice,
maroon
by the
color
way.
trim, and we're also doing a lot more glass curtain wall, so it'll look much more modern. We ripped off. You saw where we probably ripped off all that curtain wall, got rid of all the rusty junk, and put back some really modern composite that will last a long time, but also have some depth and some color to it. So it won't look like the same nasty building that it was.
Great.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Ryan and I drive by this every day, and to watch the progress that you've made and the amount of time that you've made it when we have labor crises going on in construction is just phenomenal. I think speaks to your broader mission as a company to serve not just your actual residents, but also your laborers and the community at large.
Okay.
So
T and Ward with that also. They've been very good with keeping their folks on the job.
no doubt, and it's really unfathomably fast construction. We do this all day, every day, across all avenues of multifamily. And so it's just a joy. Every day we comment, every single day. So thank you for being a part of our community.
We'll be here, like I said, we wanted to come by to make sure that we were meeting the needs of what we said. We will be back. You know how to reach us if there's something that's off the rails, so we can jump on it and get it going. Anybody else before I get out of your way?
One more question. Any more remediation going on, or is that already taken care of?
There'll be some spot when the majority of the remediation is done.
Okay.
It's been done for a long time, but as we go through the construction process, in the existing, not the new construction part of the building, but the existing, as we do, spot demolition and stuff, we always find that little pocket of crap someplace. So we bring them back in and remediate it as we find it. But for the most part, I've said it before in here, I think that building should have lifted itself up out of the ground by at least 2 or 3 feet for the amount of asbestos and PCBs and stuff that we've taken out. We were also removing it. We didn't think we were going to, but we are removing the original transformers So PCPs are coming out.
Wow.
Put all brand new transformers in. You'll be seeing some digging in Henry Avenue. We'll put the duct bank for the pico lines in. We ran into a small snag on geothermal with the soils, which won't let us get there. And so in lieu of that, we are still looking at photovoltaic panels and the viability of that on the tower. I can get past the historic rating. And also possibly some tri-gen triple type micro turbines in the basement, south basement. You'll never see them or hear them, but to try to crank out some power for that building at least, so we can get us a little bit more off the grid.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.